Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I'm Kelly Stewart, joined by Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV on Twitter. And Vegas Chris, I'm going to fight Ralph, and we haven't even started the video yet, at Las Vegas Chris, no H in the Chris, if you guys want to give him a follow on Twitter. Let's talk about a game here that I'm really interested in. Dallas Cowboys catching 3 at Atlanta here. I'm looking at this one. Look at lines. Falcons -4.5. So I'm getting some value here with the Falcons. And, of course, it's because they're off that really ugly game. They did win 3 straight. Now they're back home. And here's Dallas just surprising everybody, getting that win at Philly. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of value here with the Falcons. Chris, I know you have all your handy-dandy sheets over there. What do they say about the Falcons?
Well, it would have been nice if Dallas, these two bipolar teams didn't do what they did last week. Because Dallas is losing a little bit of value. They would have been, like you said, getting 4.5 or more. So 3 is a short number. There's wild 3.5s out there. I bet Dallas plus 3.5. I think that they're the better team. I have them on a neutral field, 2 points better than Atlanta. So getting that extra hook is going to be important in this game, because not getting that hook in this game, I think, makes a big difference in value. Dallas really looked good last week. We know that. And it's interesting, Amari Cooper's in the lineup. Elliott ran for 187 yards total offense last week. Zach was 26 for 36, and he's playing for a contract. They came off of that previous humiliating game the week before. They're right in the thick of the things for their divisional title. Both teams can make the playoffs, obviously, but Dallas has a lot to play for also. And then the most meaningless stat ever, because a useless trend, Dallas is 24-8 straight up after playing Philadelphia.
Hey, Ralph's the useless trend guy, okay? Leave those to him.
Ralph's a useful trend guy. Chris is the useless trend guy.
Okay, so question for you, just because I brought it up in another show that I do. Sandwich games are kind of a college football thing, right? But this is a divisional sandwich for the Dallas Cowboys. They just beat Philly. They play the Redskins short week on Thursday. This Atlanta game, they're on the road. Does it really matter that much? Not really. Catching 3 or 3.5, like Chris said, is just kind of one of those, I feel like it's like a letdown spot.
Well, again, you're off a primetime game against Philly, and I think it is. It has to be some sort of letdown spot because you played so well. As far as you mentioned with Ezekiel last week, the offense for Dallas is so much different when you have double coverage on Amari Cooper and he's going deep. That takes 2 guys totally out of the box and opens up Ezekiel Elliott being able to run the ball. They're a completely different offense with Amari there because of that reason. So that part I agree. Now, I look at it, and when a team looks as good as Dallas did against Philly, and when a team looks as bad as Atlanta is, the embarrassment of losing to Cleveland right there makes me want to side with Atlanta, because there's that bounce back effect, because there's that overreaction from the public, and every NFL team is never as good as they looked last week or as bad. I mean, Matt Ryan still has a 21-3 ratio. It's amazing to believe the team is 4-5 with him having a 21-3 ratio. Shows how bad their defense is.
Just 2 weeks ago, everybody's talking about Matt Ryan back to his MVP ways.
And it wasn't his loss. It was the defense's loss. So, that's another phase to look at. And, again, anytime a team looks that good on prime time, I'm going to tend to fade them. And from the stat category, I'm not going to say useless or useful, but, it has some depth to it. And this is from good friend Mark Lawrence. Teams that beat the Super Bowl champ, even though they are a division, if you beat them on the road and you cover by over 14 points, so you manhandled the Super Bowl champ at their home, you're 4-21 ATS the next week. And again, that's an angle that has some meaning, because you knocked that opponent off at their house, and that's a proudful win that you have, and now moving forward. So to me, it won't be on my card, but if I had to pick a side with the way those last week's games handled, I would be on Atlanta to bounce back.
I also like the fact that Dallas is rushing for 5 yards per carry, and Atlanta's giving up 5 yards per carry. That's going to open up the passing game also for Dallas. It's going to be interesting. It's not a super strong game.
Let's put it this way. At least the Cowboys listen to social media, because every single coach I saw on social media during that Titans game was like, why aren't you rushing the ball with Zeke? They finally listened against Philly.
When you talked about sandwich, Kelly, there probably isn't a bigger sandwich for the Cowboys than Super Bowl champ on the road, and Thanksgiving the next week on a short week. So you're adding to that sandwich with Dallas having a short week in advance as well, because, again, we all know how much that Thanksgiving game means to Jerry Jones and the crew.
Very good point, Ralph. With all major sports in play right now except baseball, we're offering a new deal here at WagerTalk. Sexy 690. Get 90 days of your favorite capper for just $6 a day. That's 90 days, all sports, all plays from your favorite capper. If you bought 3 monthly packages here at WagerTalk, it would cost you $975. But with this special, it's just $540 or $6 a day. Do not miss out on a single winner from your favorite capper. Just use coupon code SEXY690 when checking out. Unlimited uses until Monday Night Football kicks off.